There is no one more deadly than a person who is quiet and moves in a well-calculated way, because his image, according to him, is a business. Who are we talking about today? Jay-Z. Seat tight, because we have to dig deeper into the internet archive to show you the hints 50 Cent has dropped over the years and the past few months. But no one was able to pick this up.
He imaged himself after a gay painter.
Okay.
Big homie wanted to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God.
One of the great quotes in the business world is that of Jay-Z saying, quote, "I'm not a businessman, I'm the businessman." This means that Jay-Z himself is the product, he is the business. In order to protect this business, he might go through any length to do so, and the recent rumors over the years are starting to prove so. These rumors are now pointing out the coded words of DMX, who believes that Jay-Z saw him as a competition and went back to re-strategize by claiming to retire to take over a leadership position at his music record.
You know, then get me off the label. Now you're back rapping again. Okay. It's all good.
He then used this position to backtrack the DMX album. When he was sure DMX was out of the way, Jay-Z then made a pretentious return.
Jiggy, and put him in suits and made them write lyrics for him and took all that publishing and took.
This is also one of the toxic traits of Diddy. It is just that Jay-Z might be worse and more calculated than him.
And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal.
Ever since Sean Combs, also known as P. Diddy, was arrested for a shocking list of allegations such as sex trafficking, gun violence, sexual abuse, and racketeering, the whole of Hollywood has been quiet, and celebrities like Usher have been deleting their tweet associated with Sean Combs. CEOs have been suspiciously resigning. But one celebrity has been speaking up ever since this happened, and this is no other person than 50 Cent, who even wants to sell a documentary he has been making on Diddy for over 10 years. Interestingly, 50 Cent has been calling Jay-Z's name as one of the celebrities allegedly involved in this freak-off. In one of his Instagram posts, he points out how Jay-Z is going to lay low till this wave of allegations against P. Diddy goes away, as he always does. 50 Cent also pointed out how Jay-Z did not want to host the Rico Nation brunch to avoid people linking his parties to the freak-offs of Diddy. In another post, he commented under the picture of a packaged milk with Jay-Z missing on the package. The caption under the post says, "Anybody seen Jay LOL? Puff said Theo? Ain't answering his phone. LOL." In another deleted Instagram post, he posted a picture of Jay-Z leaving the country, which might be allegedly suggesting that Jay-Z is fleeing the country to avoid arrest.
Yeah, the Summer Jam was.
You coming back this year?
No, because I'm banned, remember?
I didn't know.
Yeah, apparently I was banned for a little while. Wasn't this
the thing after the...
so leave me banned, ladies and gentlemen. Leave me banned. I'm fine where I'm at now. I'm fine where I'm at. Don't unban me because no one's there to get. When's Jay's coming to Summer Jam?
I'm sorry?
When's Jay-Z coming to Summer
Jay-Z
Jam?
coming back?
It's been a long time.
When's Jay-Z coming back anywhere? We waiting for him to come a lot of places. I want him to come on the show.
No brunch, no lunch, no dinner.
No brunch, no lunch, no dinner.
It's hot out here, man.
It's hot out here.
You gonna see him nowhere.
Real question. How do you think?
He said it's hot out here. You ain't gonna see Jay-Z nowhere. 50 funny, man. Let's hear what else he got to say about Diddy and all this whole situation.
Hollywood thinks about 50 Cent.
I don't care. I don't care.
How did I not know?
You know this, look,
How did I know that was? I could have written that answer from you.
You're right.
I think they're really surprised at the momentum. Because with one project, it was able to grow into multiple projects. And if it was up to me, it would have been a lot more.
As stars, you mean?
Yeah, but they wanted it to be a little different. Sometimes they don't like who they're becoming. and they kind of fight that, so they spend money with Julia.
Well, they didn't want to.
Well, because
I'm gonna tell you right
you
now.
were becoming the face because your stuff was becoming stuff.
Yes.
1,000%.
Yes.
And they were like, we have to diversify our portfolio because this is basically
We
the
can't
50
just do
Cent
50,
channel.
right?
And they even struggled in other areas. Like they was trying to create another version of what's going on there, like by like Joe's show, the talk show. That is I would have did that too, like in a different way, because it's obviously growing, right? But that was a Puffy production. So it was brought to, like the guys at Stars, the CEO of Stars is Jeff Hirsch right now. How does our relationship can't work? Because Puff used him as a worker bee.
Views Jeff Hirsch is that?
He helped with the Revolt deal. He put the Revolt deal together for Puff.
It is important to note that 50 Cent and Jay-Z have been in a long-time feud way back in 1999. This all started when 50 Cent's single released in 1999, named How to Rob, where he basically rapped about robbing big-name artists. Then, one night during Summer Jam, the two bumped into each other. There, Jay-Z told him that he would get back at him. 50 Cent thought that it will be later, but Jay-Z got on stage and dropped the iconic line, "I'm about $1, who the f*** is 50 Cent?"
I'm about dollars, who the f*** is 50 Cent?
This made 50 Cent excited because Jay-Z's reaction meant that his single was good. He went back into the studio and recorded a reply to Jay-Z's diss. Later, 50 Cent dropped In the Club and Get Rich Trying, and from then, the rest was history. By now, everyone knows how Jay-Z operates. He keeps his competition closer. Jay-Z decides to go on tour with 50 Cent called Rock the Mic. But it seems like something happened behind the scenes, and 50 Cent did not later join the tour. Jay-Z uses the tour to announce his retirement and leave the music scene.
Like he had a situation with Jay-Z. You know, when he had issues with Jay, and I got a phone call from him. He was in Amsterdam when he called me back in the States, and I told him, I said, just sit tight, let me see exactly what it's about. You know, I'll get in contact with Jay and see how, you know, really what it is. And before I could get back to him, he went on stage and told everybody to suck him off.
50 Cent has also been pointing out for years about the influence of Jay-Z on awards, especially the Grammys. He even pointed out the fact that the child of Beyoncé, Blue Ivy, has an award making the Grammy laughable.
Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce, right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the things they
Another celebrity that has been raising awareness about Jay-Z behavior is a rapper named Smart. He has been pointing fingers towards Jay-Z hand signs. He explained that Jay-Z doesn't belong to any gang. Therefore, the hand signs might mean something deeper and darker.
But when you see this, right? Let's be clear. When you see this, 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 when you see the checkerboards on the floor, when you see the skull and bones, when you see the signs and symbols, and when you slow down the music, Jay-Z new video with Nas and DJ Khaled, it's a scene where it's checkerboards. These are all occult, Satanist, symbolic symbols. So what I'm saying is, and I'm gonna tell you why and me personally, I've been in music for a minute, had deals and all that, bro. I don't give a fuck about this shit. But what I know, for me, I study so I know when I see it, so I know what to avoid. Because niggas can be trying to sacrifice your ass and you're not studying. God told us to read and be knowledgeable. So when I see Jay-Z go, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? You're not no gang member. You got checkerboard floors in your shit. You got skull and bones. What does this mean? Because it's not just there.
There is word on the street that allegedly Beyoncé is separated from Jay-Z. Sources claim that they have been leaving apart before these Diddy allegations were made public.
About them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed. And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be.
This may be a smart business move from Beyoncé to protect her brand image to avoid falling to the ground with her husband. This is also confirming people's stories that their marriage is just a business move, and it is a loveless marriage built on profit. This is also piquing people's interest in Jay-Z's violent past. Let's dive right into it.
Now let's take it way back to when Jay-Z wasn't Jay-Z, when he was 12 years old and he admitted to shooting his brother. When Jay-Z was 12 years old, he said he admitted to shooting his brother Eric after he stole one of the rapper's rings. Quote, "How did he get the gun? Well, I went to someone's crib, someone's house, and got it," he explained. It was easy to acquire the firearm because guns were everywhere. You didn't have to go far to get one, just everywhere. After shooting his brother, he believed he was going to jail, but his siblings refused to press charges and ended up apologizing to his brother because he was a crack addict.
Another important incident that is starting to raise eyebrows is the 1999 incident where the record producer Lance Rivera was allegedly stabbed by Jay-Z over allegations that Lance had leaked his third studio album.
A top rap star is busted.
Jay-Z turned himself in tonight and the cops started working on his rap sheet, accusing him of a stabbing at a trendy party.
Kimberly Richardson is at Midtown South right now. Kimberly.
Well, Rosanna, just a few hours ago, police here at Midtown South arrested Sean Carter, better known as Jay-Z. The rap star voluntarily turned himself in here at the precinct earlier this evening. Now, Carter is being held here in connection with that stabbing fight that erupted at the Kit Kat Club last night.
Voted in court saying, "I stabbed Lance Rivera." Jay-Z did end up turning himself in. He had a bail of $50,000, which he was able to pay, so he got out a few hours later. A press conference with his lawyers labeled Jay-Z as an innocent man. Quote, "To think that this guy, who is as gentle as can be, has anything to do with this is crazy," end quote. And I don't know what's going on with Lance, but he actually came out and stated that Jay-Z, in fact, did not stab him. Lance recalls that night and claims that he was surrounded by 10 knives, a bunch of guys with all these knives in the club. The reporter asked him, "Was Jay-Z the one who stabbed you?" He laughs before responding, "No, Jay-Z was not the guy that actually stabbed me that night." The executive clarifies that they did have a conversation right before getting hit in the head with a champagne bottle, so it probably was one of Jay-Z's people.
Was Jay-Z the one that actually stabbed you?
No. Jay-Z was not the guy who actually stabbed me that night.
But Jay-Z was there when you got stabbed. Was actually in front of you when you got stabbed.
It was like, yeah. Me and Jay-Z had a conversation while, right before I got hit in the head with a champagne bottle. And it was a brief conversation and I was looking at him like, "What are you talking about?" And you the money up right now.
So Lance is claiming that Jay-Z was in fact not the guy that stabbed him, but part of me believes that maybe if Jay-Z stabbed him, like, wouldn't you listen to anything that he says if you survive? I feel like if he got stabbed by this guy and he threatens him that he'll make it a lot worse if he blames Jay-Z, then he probably will go with the story that, Jay-Z didn't do it. But I kind of believe that he did, especially because there was a witness who claims that when Lance was on the ground, he kept repeating that Jay-Z had stabbed him.
Jay-Z was later put on 3 years of probation and granted a bail of $50,000. Which of course he paid immediately and got out immediately. Another concerning rumor going around is that Jay-Z is allegedly going behind the scenes settling people to keep them from speaking up, and he is so smart with it. This may mean that many cases of these abuses may not see the light of the day because of strings being pulled from behind. This is also starting to get weird ever since Piers Morgan has been made to offer an apology. This might serve as a warning to others. What do you think about this case? Do you think that some celebrities might get away with this Diddy lawsuit?